After 12 long years, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange walked out of a courtroom as a free man. With one hand raised to a gaggle of the world's media, Assange departed by car for his flight to the Australian capital Canberra. In a stunning turn of events, Assange was released from a high-security prison in London on June 24 afternoon. He boarded a private jet to leave the United Kingdom after reaching agreement with the U.S. government. He appeared in a U.S. courtroom on the Northern Mariana Islands to formalize the agreement, officially pleading guilty to conspiring unlawfully to obtain and disseminate classified information over his alleged role in one of the largest breaches of classified material in U.S. military history. As part of his agreement with U.S. prosecutors, Assange will be required to destroy information provided to WikiLeaks. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, minus 5 years already served in the UK, while fighting extradition to the US. This means Assange is free to return to his family in his native Australia. The plea deal was very important, as it avoids a lengthy trial and potential prison sentence for Assange, who has long been wanted in the United States. The plea deal was not entirely unexpected. U.S. President Joe Biden had been under growing pressure to drop the long-running case against Assange. In February of 2024, the government of Australia made an official request to this effect, and Biden said he would consider it, raising hopes among Assange's supporters that his ordeal might end. Soon after the verdict, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese told his country's parliament that he is pleased WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange was on his way home. Assange rose to prominence with the launch of WikiLeaks back in 2006. WikiLeaks is an online whistleblower platform for people to submit classified material, such as documents and videos, anonymously. WikiLeaks gained attention after it published footage of a U.S. Apache helicopter attack in Baghdad, which killed 12 people, including 2 journalists. Later in 2010, the release of hundreds of thousands of classified U.S. documents on the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as a trove of diplomatic cables, cemented its reputation. During the administration of former U.S. President Donald Trump, Washington decided to charge Assange in 2019 with 17 counts of breaching the Espionage Act. For years, the U.S. has argued that the WikiLeaks files, which disclosed information about the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, endangered lives. The charges sparked protests, with supporters of Assange arguing that, as the publisher and editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks, he should not have faced charges usually used against government employees who steal or leak information. Press freedom advocates argued that criminally charging Assange was a threat to free speech. Assange was arrested in London in 2010 on a Swedish warrant accusing him of sexual assault. Assange took refuge in Ecuador's London embassy in 2012 after a court ruled he could be sent to Sweden for trial. He spent the next 7 years in the embassy, during which time Swedish police withdrew the rape charges, before UK police arrested him on charges of breaching his bail conditions. Assange was being held in a prison in the UK as the US extradition case went through the courts.